Alright, here's the 411, folks. Just give him one of these.
Hey everyone, welcome to the 411 folks, episode 30. My name is Jake, and in a daring act of role reversal, I'm your host today, and joined with me today, Scott.
Hey guys.
Yeah, hey. I guess something we're just trying out. I think this is a dare that we made last episode, or just something we said, and now it's happening. I'm hosting. Hey.
Yeah, it's good to just sit back and relax this time. I didn't really have to plan for anything this week, and it's good just to, just answer some questions from you. You lead the way this time.
Great. Well, I planned about 5 minutes before I left here. I left home to come here, so...
Well, I take the entire week to plan, Jake. Every day, I'll look at some gaming sites, some news sites and everything. I'll jot some notes down. Every day.
Oh, I did. Speaking of that, I did... Because I look at Twitter all the time, there are heaps of news stories. I thought, because I knew I was hosting, I thought, yes, that'd be great. Scroll past.
Well, you just didn't write them down.
No.
You're an idiot.
But
you could have had a great first show, Jake.
I found them. Like I scrolled through back, and so yeah, episode 30, as I said. I guess we're just gonna run through a bunch of news stories as usual, but actually, you know what? I keep forgetting the format of the show, but first I want to talk about a few games I've been playing recently.
All right,
Take
it away. One
of them being Paper Mario Color Splash.
You finally got it.
Finally. You know, the day you came over,
yeah,
Thursday, over to our house, and I said, oh, is there a package? I'm expecting a package. You're like, I don't know, what package? What are you talking about, package? It did arrive, but it was that thing where they leave a note for you to collect at the post office.
Oh, that shit. Wait, was the post office still open at that time?
No, it was not. So I had to
Could you have played it that night? Like, did you have spare time in that night to play it, though?
No, I was going to Brisbane that night.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. It wasn't a big deal anyway.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is I still had to go to the post office the next day.
Yeah.
Just in the nick of time I got there after work.
Nice.
And I played for about 5.5 hours last night. Yes.
Really? Friday night well spent then.
Yes, and I was still saying to you off air that that was the first Friday night in probably about a month that I've been at home. It was good. And
5.5 hours.
And
Jesus.
that's a very playing a game for that amount. The first time you play a game and that for a long amount of time, it's been a long time since I've done that.
Yeah, usually when you get a new game and you turn it on, it usually lasts for a good, half an hour, 40 minutes, and then you're like, oh, I'll come back to it later,
Yeah.
You just wanted to try it out, but, to stick with it for that long. Like, the last time I did that was with Game of Thrones Telltale. I had to just stick that out and just do it. So, yeah, that's pretty good.
I think it's just testament of how good the game is.
So, tell me, how good is it?
It's really good. I have found a couple things that have bugged me. Just little things, but... overall, I guess I'll just, if you've been seeing reviews, obviously people saying this isn't the 1,000-year door. This isn't the Paper Mario game people wanted. But I'm really enjoying it because the 1,000-year door, the first 2.5 hours is just talking. Those big RPGs, you know how they are. It's world building. It's not even world building. It's you're introducing so many new characters, and there's just dialogue after dialogue, and it's exhausting. This, I was playing the game in the first half hour. I was in a course. I was in a level, because this is broken up by you're in a world map and you go course to course. Unlike the open world-ish elements, which is good, and there's very little talking compared to other Paper Mario games, which I enjoy. But the whatever writing is there, like everyone's been saying in their reviews, is funny. I've laughed a couple of times, which is a good sign. I don't know. It's just awesome.
So the original Paper Mario and 1,000-Year Door, they were, the most beloved Paper Mario games. Like, they are the Paper Mario games, right? When Sticker Star came out, it was just, destroyed.
Everyone forgets about Super Paper Mario.
Oh, and that one as well, yeah.
Everyone forgets it.
My question for you is, when Color Splash, the trailer came out, and when they were talking about it, it looked similar to Sticker Star, and so it was getting kind of you know, mixed reviews there. And now the game's out, people are seeing some similarities between Sticker Star, and people are asking, why would you do that when Sticker Star was so hated? Do you think like Nintendo is smarter than we give them credit for? Like, do you think that if they brought out a game that was exactly like Thousand Year Door, people would think, oh, I mean, we've already played something like this, you know?
Example A, Star Fox Zero.
Yeah.
Oh, we've already played this game 100 times, and it gets critically
But that's what people were asking for. And then when it comes out, they realize we don't, you know, you realize you don't actually want it.
Exactly.
So, I mean, they've gone, I mean, maybe in a good direction here.
I think so. The biggest difference, like you said, the biggest comparison to Sticker Star is the combat system, in that it's not traditional RPG, turn-based. It's still turn-based, but the crux of it is that you have a deck of cards, each with like a jump or a hammer or a fire flower or something like that, and you can play up to 2 cards and then do your battle. It's still like dynamic battle, like the thing where you're about to jump on an enemy, you press A before you hit it to keep bouncing on it. You know, remember that?
Yeah,
kind of stuff?
yeah, I do. I've never played it, but I've seen videos. Yeah.
So it's not like you just play a card and you sit back and let it do it.
Yeah.
You're still involved, and I'm really enjoying it. And I'm not sure, I've never played Sticker Star, so I'm not sure how they've cleaned up the battle system, because it's still taking from Sticker Star. You have instead of cards, you have stickers. You have a set of stickers. I guess when I said that the one thing annoying me is that to get through certain parts of levels or even bosses, you need thing cards. And I did it. So I came to the level, and then I played my thing card before I activated, like before I talked to someone, because I knew I had to do. I was one step ahead of the game, but I wasted that card. And then I talked to the person, and they're like, "No, you need to do this," and I didn't have that card anymore. So I had to backtrack for about 5 minutes to go then buy the card for about 200 coins again, and go back and do it. So that really annoyed me.
How much skill is involved in the game, as opposed to chance?
Chance.
Because I've never played a Paper Mario game, so I don't know how it sort of all works out. But I know with Mario Party, the better Mario Party games are more skill based. The shitty Mario Party games are all like mostly chance based, like Mario Party Island Tour. Is there lots of sort of chance based things, so luck based things?
It's luck in how you in the random element of getting cards throughout the world through defeating enemies.
So you can't control, the cards that you get. Is that what you're saying?
You can go to a store and buy what cards you want.
Yeah.
And the in-game currency is essentially broken, where that I'm, like I said,
You're rich?
So rich. I have over 1,000 coins already.
Yeah.
And cards tend to cost 20 coins a card, and so you're never struggling, which isn't a bad thing. I don't know. I'm just really enjoying it so far, and it's essentially what I want it to be. So yeah, having fun with it.
Is this a game for kids?
Absolutely.
And maybe, because I bring that up because of what you said about the coin system. I think it would be a big turn off for kids who are struggling to, find coins to buy things.
Well, like with a lot of Nintendo games, they are getting easier.
Yeah, really dumbed down. We'd go back to playing Nintendo 64 games and they'd still be really hard. But now, yeah, they're just really simple.
I'm not sure why that is, but it's definitely not a reason to hate it.
The games that are hard are just for mature audiences, though. So
yeah, for sure. One last thing I'll say is that the game, from the moment, remember the first trailer that came out, E3 I think it was, or even a Nintendo Direct, whenever it was. The game looked incredible then, and it still does now. And because the game is so stylized and so colorful, the game will look good forever. It's that kind of graphical style.
Yeah,
it will never get old, and it looks so good. So yeah,
that's cool. I don't know, just
right there.
No, I'm just checking your mic. Because I realized I didn't check the volume on each mic, so
I'm the host here.
I set it up. Also, I'm trying to be wary as well because we usually have coffees at the start of our podcast as well. And I was listening to one of our old ones that we did last week, and I could hear us, the swallowing,
Oh,
like the big swallow.
gross. Yeah, maybe
Yeah, it's nice.
step backward and take it. Ugh. No one wants to hear that.
No, it was actually really gross when I was looking to it. So sorry about that, folks.
So yeah, that's what I've been playing. I guess just last night.
This is weird. Like usually when you're speaking, I'm trying to think. Okay, now what's the next topic I'm going to bring up? But
Yeah.
No, I wasn't even thinking about that this time. So.
So that's what I've been playing. What about yourself? If anything.
Jake, I've been stuck between a hard rock and a place. Is that the saying? I've been stuck between a place and a hard rock. Between a rock and a hard place.
Yes.
Yes.
Jesus.
That's what I said first, didn't I?
No, you didn't.
All
You
right.
said a hard rock.
It was quite hard. So I've been stuck, Jake. I've been stuck playing sport games.
You got the new FIFA?
No, I've been stuck playing Rugby League Live. Now the thing is, I'm only playing this so I can multitask, because you know how I love playing games and watching things in the background, that kind of thing. Every single other game that I want to play, I can't do that. I need to solely focus on that game. So I really need to, just sit down for a few days and just play a game and do nothing else. I need to get out of the habit of having to do something else. So and I sent you a list of a bunch of games that I'm going to get soon, and I'm really just gonna play all of them. So those games are Dying Light, Far Cry Primal, Just Cause 3, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. These are big Xbox One games that I've missed out on the past couple of years, just because I was either playing lots of 3DS at the time, I didn't have money at the time to get it, I just didn't have time to play them, really. But I've got a good 6-week break coming up where I'm just going to get them all and just play them.
I feel like with Dying Light, that should be a co-op game.
Yes.
I hear it's pretty good co-op.
Because, it's from the same developers as Dead Island.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So they made Dead Island, Riptide, and then this, Dying Light. So it's a new and improved version of Dead Island. And we're sort of, 20% through Dead Island, and we've kind of just stopped. But I think if we both get Dying Light, I think that's something to get into. Because they've brought out Dying Light, the Enhanced Edition now. Have you ever heard of that?
Mm-hmm.
It's just strange because Dying Light came out, a couple of years ago. A year later, or not even a year, maybe a few months later, they bring out the enhanced version. So it's updated graphics and all this kind of thing. The biggest thing is it includes the expansion pack. It's like Dying Light The Following, I think it is. So that includes, vehicles now. And you can go around this whole open world in vehicles. So, yeah, but it would be really awesome if we could play that co-op.
Was Dying Light a 360 and PS3 game?
I think so, and I just gulped. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I think it was.
Maybe the original version of Dying Light, even though it was on both consoles, maybe it was more. Maybe the graphics were more akin to older generation.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they had to settle for the old one.
I was looking it up at Metacritic last night, and the original Dying Light got around 75. Dying Light Enhanced Edition is getting around 85, so it's a big jump.
Cool.
So, yeah, it's a good score, and I don't know. I just keep falling back into these old games, and the entire PS3 era was where I really started to enjoy games. I had a massive break. We all played games when the Nintendo 64 was out. Then I had a massive break, and I really got back into it when PS3 came out, and I got all those games. And I keep trying to relive those moments. I've got my PS3 set up, and I keep trying to sort of bring back those memories and playing those same old games. Why is it that I'm so excited for Skyrim Remastered to come out and Ezio Trilogy to come out? Why is it that I'm so excited for these games to come out? I was really excited for Dead Island Remastered to come out. I'm hoping Mass Effect Trilogy gets remastered. It's just, I'm trying to like relive all those moments. I'm skipping all the new games that are coming out, like the 4 games I just mentioned that I've skipped. So I really need to just stop trying to get back into those games and play some new ones.
Part of the problem.
I am.
Well,
I realize that.
I mean, I was really excited for Bioshock Collection.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, that's just because Bioshock is one of your most favorite games. I mean, I could say that about all the games that I, the remasters that I just mentioned, but I'm not playing anything new.
Sure.
I mean, I'm playing new 3DS stuff, but that's it. I'm not playing anything new on the Xbox, you know?
One game I did miss out on Xbox, which I didn't want to get full price, but I feel like it's getting down now. The new Mirror's Edge game.
Oh, you really? Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just intrigued by it.
Yeah.
Like I really like the look of it. I don't know.
Have you played the original?
No. I don't know. Everything I see of it it's all a bit meh, but I think just the style just really gets me.
Yeah, there's not too much, you're just running, jumping, just parkour. It's kind of like Temple Run in a way, like a more advanced version of Temple Run. Yeah. And there's some combat in there as well, but I mean, I only played half an hour of the original, and I was sort of like, I'm probably not going to get back into this. So
sure.
Yeah.
And like you said, Far Cry Primal, yeah, one of those games I also did miss out on that was really big. And again, Rise of the Tomb Raider, yeah, something I thought I would always get, but
yeah, I mean, I just didn't really get into the original Tomb Raider that came out on PS3, and that's why I've sort of been hesitant to get Rise of the Tomb Raider, because it does sort of look really similar, but in saying that, it's got, it's a massive improvement from the original game because there are so many more tombs to explore, and they've really put a lot of, it's graphically improved as well, because it was just built for the Xbox One and then came over for PS4. With Far Cry Primal as well, I played Far Cry 3 so much that I was sort of needed a big break from Far Cry 4. And when Far Cry Primal came out, I still felt that I needed quite a big break because it still followed that same sort of gameplay. But I think I'm ready to get back into it now with something different, which is Primal. So,
nice.
Yeah. And just your thoughts on Just Cause 3 before we move on as well.
It looks a ton of fun, only if it had multiplayer. And
that's true.
And I would need, if it didn't have multiplayer, I would need someone sitting next to me to play it with. Just so I struggle to make my own fun in a game.
Yeah.
If I'm not riffing off someone else.
And Just Cause 3 is a game where that's all it is. You do make your own fun. It's about blowing things up and just exploring this open world.
Well, it could be a good game for our proposed gameplay series.
Yes, actually.
Exclusive. Right. You heard it here first. Here we go. Let's get into some news here, hey? Mass Effect 4, Mass Effect Andromeda, potential date leaked by an Amazon art book that was listed March 21st, 2017. What do you think of this?
It seems plausible, but it's weird that they haven't really talked about it at all.
It's been a big time, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's sort of like the NX kind of thing as well. Like, we haven't heard anything about that. We're not hearing anything about Mass Effect, but no news is good news though. There's been no delays with it. There's been a delay.
What are you talking about? It was supposed to be out by Christmas this year.
Yeah. I mean, but there's been no sort of real problems.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that one delay. That's just. It's not like people are saying, "Oh, there's huge problems with it." It's just so they can have more time to finish things up. So I'm happy with that.
Great.
As long as they don't have a year delay, it's all right.
First thing that popped into my head, March 2017. What's the first thing you think of March 2017?
NX.
Mm-hmm. So this could just be a shot, but lots of developers know that.
Mitchie, it's a beautiful Saturday morning, and our brother Mitchell just got up. Mitchell, you want to say hi? No. And he's off. Sorry, Jake. Continue.
Lots of developers know that March 2017 is like D-Day. Right? NX and Zelda. Big things. Potentially.
BioWare are confident.
So I think BioWare are going to...
but it's two completely different audiences.
No, but I feel like they're going to try and take away from it. take away from the NX.
Do you think that can happen though?
Sure. And Mass Effect.
Or will it be one of those things when, when Fallout 4 and Rise of the Tomb Raider came out together, nobody bought Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
Everyone bought Fallout 4. Or
So-
there was nothing about Rise of the Tomb Raider.
So what do you think? Which side are people going to go for?
I think NX, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if Andromeda releases in the same week or even month as NX, I wouldn't do that,
I mean, that's funny, hey? Like, it will just get buried, wouldn't it?
As big as it is, it'll, yeah. I don't think it's that big.
No. For a Nintendo console hyped up this much, yeah.
Yeah.
More delay news. Cuphead now it's delayed until mid 2017.
Another one of our most anticipated games of 2016.
Man.
There's only been, 3 games combined of our 10 that have actually come out in 2016?
So, yeah, I'm really annoyed about this, but because it's been delayed several times now. But they said for it to make the 2016 date, they had to keep reducing the scope of the game to make its deadline this year. So I guess that's a good thing that they're pushing it back.
I would never get this game anywhere.
No?
I've seen the gameplay. There'd be no point. I would just get destroyed and then I'd get over it. I'd just get angry. That game is ridiculous.
It looks so cool, though.
Ridiculous. Like the boss battles, okay, that looks alright, but just when you're actually playing the levels, there's no point.
Fair enough.
Are they all sort of randomly how like the enemies are there and everything you got to sort of jump through? Is that all random, or can you actually learn the sequence so you can actually get better at it?
I'm not sure. Because it's trying to be like an old kind of game.
Yeah.
So remember that game like Battletoads?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
difficult that was. People had to essentially learn every jump and everything to that game to get through it. So maybe it's kind of like that.
Yeah. If it's random, that's just stupid.
Yeah. Not sure. Something cool, you might like this. It's now officially the 4th anniversary of Bravely Default.
Oh wow. Well, that seems like a long time ago.
I think it's the Japanese
Oh
anniversary.
yeah, it would be.
But anyway, and then so they post, I guess Square Enix posted a little, like a nice little concept art, and they teased there might be something soon. That's all they said. Happy 4th anniversary.
For Bravely Third.
Well, I don't know. Then I was looking it up. Whenever Square Enix teases something like this about an older kind of game, like an anniversary kind of game, it's always a mobile port or a soundtrack.
That's stupid.
Yeah. So I wouldn't get your hopes up.
It's just crazy to think like Bravely Default was a massive game, and then like a year later, Bravely Second comes out, another massive game.
A year later,
Maybe a year and a half, but there was not much development time in that.
it's essentially the same game.
Yeah, well, they did use pretty much the same map, only made a few new areas, but still a lot of writing, a lot of dialogue as well.
Now, last thing before I get into some more, I'll quickly run through the NX stuff at the end, because there's, again, more things. One really cool thing, Super Mario Run, the iOS game, already has 20 million iOS users who chose to get notifications about the release of the game. So if you go into the App Store, the game's, it's not even up for pre-order.
Yeah.
It's just there. It's got its landing page, and you just say get notifications, so you get a buzz on your phone when the game is about to be released or is released, something like that. 20 million people.
That's pretty intense.
That's more than the NX sold.
No, Wii U.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Don't get ahead of yourself.
No. So that's pretty crazy. I'm one of those people.
I'm not, and I won't be.
Weirdo.
No.
You don't even want to try it out?
This is just telling Nintendo that you don't want a new handheld. You've got one. It's a phone.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's telling Nintendo I like
It
Mario.
it doesn't really matter anyway, because whatever NX is, it's already planned.
Speaking of that, that an image circulated the news. You may have seen it. About the NX name.
No, I haven't seen this. I've heard some discussion about predictions what it could be, but no.
This is actually a pretty good one. It was
Okay.
called Nintendo Duo.
I don't like it. What the hell does Duo mean?
Two, like
No, that's
console,
stupid.
handheld. Well, it's fake. It's clearly fake. Because the guy who made it, there's this Australian Nintendo news website called Vooks.net.
Oh yeah, I know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the guy who runs it made that image and put it on 4chan, and it circulated, got everywhere.
What? So they did it just as a sort of a rumor speculation thing, like to create something.
Mm-hmm.
That's annoying.
Yeah. If you go on, also, I think it's the Nintendo subreddit or even the NX subreddit.
Yeah.
People are hungry for news on there. There are threads of like, I wonder what the NX smells like.
What the?
And it's getting so ridiculous.
Oh,
now.
that's weird. Oh wow, people are going to go nuts for an announcement. I'll just share some names that I heard over the past week. I've been listening to some discussions. What do you think of Nintendo?
Nah, it's too simple. They wouldn't do that.
What do you think of NX?
So no Nintendo?
So it's actually called or Nintendo NX.
I actually don't mind it. Like, I've said it enough times now where it's just normal.
It would be weird if it gets called something else other than NX.
Uh-huh.
Like NX is so widely known now that it's probably a good marketing scheme. Like this whole thing was just one marketing scheme because people are talking about NX, 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 and that's what it's called. You know, Nintendo NX.
Clever.
Nintendo Next.
So that could be, yeah. I wouldn't mind that. It's pretty cool because it's got the letters NX next.
Yeah,
So
Nintendo.
it's just a-
I think I heard someone say that this was their 10th console, including all the handhelds as well. So Nintendo 10,
Nah, that's weird.
or is just Nintendo.
No, that's stupid. Stupid.
That's all I got. Someone joked about it being called Wii DS.
Fire that person.
Yeah.
Okay, last bit of news. A retailer, a large retail partner of Nintendo has, I suppose, leaked or run through some details about a bunch of things about the NX. So I think I'll just run through them. It's broken up into marketing, the bundle, the packaging, and the feature and specs. So there's a lot to get your head around. As it turns to marketing, interact with your games. So this is like the slogan. Interact with your games on the go is a phrase seen on a poster. A strong co-branding effort with Mario launch title on many posters. Console is currently set to launch with at least 4 titles on deck. Stores should receive demo units around February. Base price point seems to be sitting at $299.99.
That's American.
American, sure. And as for the bundle, the NX is currently set to have a bundle option, sure. The contents of this bundle is currently unknown. Bundle price is currently sitting at $399.99. So remember,
So it would include 2 games.
maybe, but remember we were talking about last week the TV dock thing?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So
Yeah.
it could be that.
Could be that.
The packaging for the NX will be slightly larger than the Wii U's packaging. Not sure why people get excited about that. The packaging is relatively clean and simple and is similar to the Wii U in terms of package design. Again, who cares? The color scheme for the packaging is white and blue compared to Wii U's black and blue. The packaging still says NX, however, there is still no indication if this is a placeholder for the final name. The areas of the packaging that would usually depict the hardware were blurred and redacted by Nintendo in an attempt to keep it hidden. Man, it's so secretive, hey.
This is like Area 51.
Yeah. Last things, the specs and features. Games will be on cartridges. 4K streaming has been mentioned. What this likely means is playback of content such as Netflix, and it doesn't mean gameplay. 1080p and 60 frames are being used by marketing teams in relation to gameplay on the console. I've heard unconfirmed rumors of 900p for the infamous hybrid part of the device. There you go.
I'm going to take you right back to the color of the box, blue and white.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should get away from blue. That was sort of Wii U's color.
Well, it's blue and black.
Yeah, but it's still blue. I think completely I think white and something else, maybe orange.
Ugh.
We'll go with something other than blue. That's just Wii written all over it.
Unless I wouldn't really pay attention to it unless it was clearly stated like it was there. Like blue was Wii. I wouldn't put two and two together. That's just me. Like, but we're talking about Reddit here, so people want to know what it smells like.
Do you?
Maybe now that someone's brought it up.
It smells like
Mahogany.
dreams.
Rich leather-bound books. That's all the news I had.
Okay. Oh, well, are you done?
I don't know. I thought you had something.
Oh, well, I do. I've just got a couple of questions for you, Jake. Would the Wii U... Do you think the Wii U would have sold more if it was called Wii 2?
What made you think of this question?
I don't know. It just come to me, Jake.
No, because then it obviously was Wii U a direct sequel of Wii? I guess so because it has Wii in it.
Yep.
Would it have sold more? Nah, I don't think it would have helped.
But initially, everybody talks about how confused they were. People was asking, is this a Wii sequel or is this just a Wii add-on? What is it? Because, when a new console gets announced, we would know that this is the new next thing. But not many people know that,
Why weren't people confused with Xbox One?
I don't know. Just we're talking about Wii here, all right?
No, we're just talking. No, what we're talking about is just dumb parent consumers who just...
Exactly. Well, Nintendo are talking to parent consumers. Microsoft would not be talking to parent consumers.
Why not?
Because most people who buy Xboxes are, teens or, young adults who know sort of what's going on.
Fair enough, I guess.
So you don't think so?
No.
All right. All right. I was having a think about pre-orders. So
how shitty they are.
Well, you've pre-ordered games before.
Yeah, but not anymore. Oh, sorry. Stop. Just to not derail you. I think I should have pre-ordered Paper Mario. Little story for you.
Okay.
I told you about this, but Paper Mario came out this time last week, Saturday. We're talking about here in Australia, and Saturday is an odd day for retailers because it's not a weekday. Big chain stores like BW, Target, all that thing, you typically wouldn't think they would put new things on the shelves.
And they shut early.
They shut early. For Nintendo games always come out on Saturdays here in Australia. Weird day. Today, Yokai Watch 2 has come out.
Yeah. And Mario Party came out last week as well, didn't it? On a Saturday.
And then so I have a gift voucher for EB Games. And I wanted to use it, obviously. I went to 3 different stores searching for Paper Mario. All of them, the first one said, nah, it's sold out. Go here, though. They'll have it. I'm like, okay, it's on my way anyway. I went in. He said, nah, sorry, we're sold out too. How about you go to this one? I'm like, I'm already out. May as well. The last one I went to, the guy... I told them, like, I've been to all the other stores. They've all lied to me and said that...
What? You said they lied to me?
No, I didn't say that. But I said, they've said that each store has had a copy and they haven't. And it's like, oh, okay, really sorry. Well, we're sold out too, but I can get one for you, post it, free shipping to your house if you want. I'm like, okay. I was...
Oh, so you got EB Games to post it to you?
Oh, because they.
I thought you just ordered it offline, online. Not
offline. I should have. I don't know. I just wanted to use my gift card because I could have just gone to JB Hi-Fi down the road, and got it. But I didn't want to pay for it because I had a free. Could have got it for free.
Yeah.
That's
annoying. A day in the life of Jake.
Why would they lie to me? The dumb kids. Oh, and then when I was buying the game too. We'll get back to your question.
Yeah. No. You continue.
This is why I'm saying I should have pre-ordered.
You are the host, Jake.
Great. This is why I'm saying I should have pre-ordered because I could have had it on the day. Anyway, EB Games tends to have a lot of nerds who work there.
Oh yeah.
This guy said,
And they're not smart nerds. They're those dumb nerds.
yeah, they're just nerds. And what was I gonna say? This guy, I said, yeah, new Paper Mario, and he's like, oh yeah, I was playing it last week at the big EB Games conference convention. It's really funny. It has this really cool part. I'm just like,
Oh no.
I'm just like standing there, just like, oh shit. So he's got this really cool part. Like the humor's really good. Like you talk to this guy, and he said, God, I can't remember what he said. He's like, yeah, there's supposed to be cookies back there, but all you find is death and sadness or something. I'm like, like that is the height of awkward situations for me.
When someone tries to interact with you about a game.
Just give me my dumb video game and let me go home.
Yeah, no, it's worse. It's worse when they talk really loud over the counter as well.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody in the shop is sort of listening to it, and you're like, especially when you talk about Paper Mario.
The game, no one. I just want to know why. I doubt they sold out of the game.
Yeah, they probably just ordered in one copy.
Yeah, we're talking about the very last retail Nintendo Wii U game, besides Zelda, which doesn't really count.
Yeah.
And the biggest national chain of video games in Australia didn't order it in on the day of release. When you go to a video game store, on the day of release of a game... They
just sell video games. Yeah. That's it.
You expect to find that game out on the day of its release.
You expect to find multiple copies.
Mm-hmm. I saw 3 copies of Paper Mario Party sitting there at every store. Why not Paper Mario?
Jay, I don't have an answer for you. We seem to complain a lot about EB Games on here.
They're the worst.
Yeah, they are.
JB Hi-Fi are worst. Sorry, go back to your... That was my rant.
I want to sidetrack again, Jake.
Okay.
You know those 4 games I mentioned before that I was going to buy?
Yeah.
I looked them up to see how much they were, and I really didn't expect to find them so cheap. So I found pretty much all of them for around $30.
It's pretty good.
EB Games
Here we go.
was selling them for about 60 to 70.
Terrible.
Ridiculous.
Not pre-owned or pre-owned?
Both.
Oh. Awful.
Yeah. So you don't go there to get cheap games.
Don't go there to get games. Full stop. Nah, that was a bit mean. I don't know. Now I have like half a gift card left that I need to throw away there.
Yeah. Well, I suggest you get Mario Party. I was actually watching Game Explain's new video that they posted of all 53 mini games. And I watched about 10 minutes of it. Every single mini game on there looks fucking awesome.
Yeah?
Like they look so fun.
Would you get it though?
I am going to get it, yeah.
Because, yeah, I don't want to really play it by myself.
No. Well, Mario Party Island Tour was boring. And I played a lot of it by myself. But remember those few times that we did play it together?
That was fun.
It was actually really fun. And Island Tour is a shitty game. So imagine how much fun it could be with an actually good Mario Party game.
This does look fun. You're right. I don't know. I'm still deciding whether to waste it on... Not waste it, but use it on Mario Party, or I was even thinking of Forza Horizon or even Gears of War 4.
Gears of War, you hate Gears of War.
I know I hate it, but every time the game looks really good, graphics. But every time I see more and more of it, I'm like, I don't know, this could be pretty fun.
You're falling down a dark hole here, Jake.
Yeah, maybe I'm just...
Get Forza Horizon. I was watching, IGN posted a video of it was a fast-forwarded video. It took 6 minutes to drive around pretty much the entire map, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was, full fast-forward. Oh, we are so lucky that we have that game because it is set in Australia. Like, it's driving through all the outback, and then when you go through all these little country towns, it looks like we've been there before. Then you go through surface, and it's like exactly made to what Cavalav looks like and everything. Like, it is awesome. I have always wanted an open world game set in a place I've actually been to or live in, and this is it.
You've already talked about a Grand Theft Auto Australia, haven't you?
Oh yeah, like this is what it feels like for those people who live in a town which is Grand Theft Auto is based on. we finally get to feel what that feels like. You know, you can't walk around, but you can drive around it. So the only weird thing about it is that when you're in the outback and everything, obviously there's no cars. You know, that you might find one or two. When you go into Surface Paradise, there's still no cars, and it just looks really odd. But I suppose, you know, you can't have it built up like it is, because then you can't drive around.
The idea of the game, it's the like the Horizon Festival, so all these areas are closed off.
Oh, okay. See, I've never played one, so
okay, well,
so that was it. And yeah, he was driving through Surface, and then you go all the way down to Byron Bay, and it's really cool.
I think we talked about this maybe last week, but
yeah,
it's funny how the map is so stitched together.
Like,
2 minutes from Surface, you're in Byron Bay,
and then you're in like Ayers Rock, Uluru kind of thing. Like
the 12 Apostles.
It's just sort of taking like the best bits of Australia, put them all together, kind of thing.
I mean, it's good because you can't have a 1-to-1 scale of Australia, obviously.
Yeah.
But I just hate to think of overseas people thinking this is what Australia is really like.
All of a sudden you're in the desert, then you're in a big massive city on the beach. Like, I mean, no, but that's what, you know, Grand Theft Auto 5. Look where you go into that, you know, that city down the bottom, then you go up the top and you're in the desert.
I mean, that's not based really off a real world location, is it?
That's LA. They're basing that off LA. Remember you're at the beach with
yeah. But is LA that mountainous and hilly so close to the city?
No. That's what I'm saying. It's sort of just like Forza Horizon 3, where it just sort of joins together all of a sudden, you know. I'm sure you'd have to drive. I mean, you know, GTA 5, that highway is a long, long stretch, but I'm sure you'd have to drive a lot further to get to sort of those mountain areas. But then again, you have to factor in the time of day as well. The time is fast forward. So when you're driving down that highway, it does go into night and then day.
Sure.
So it might add up to how much it goes then.
That's a good point.
Oh, thank you. All right, let's get back to my original topic that I was going to talk about, pre-orders, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I was having to think about pre-orders, right? And I get it for games like remasters, because you've played them before and you know they're awesome. I don't get it for games that you've never played before.
Sorry, I just spat on you as well. Go on.
Why would you pre-order a game that you've never played before? No matter how much gameplay or discussion you've sort of heard and seen of it, I don't understand why you would do that. Like, how are we sending the right message to the developers?
Oh, so you're talking about mainly like the No Man's Sky thing?
No, I'm just talking in general. Like, what kind of message are we sending that, you know, we're just going, here, take our money. We haven't even, you know, seen it yet, but just take our money. And then they try to sort of pepper in all these things, like if you pre-order, you get 3 new skins or 3, you know, exclusive things. It's like, who cares?
You know, the worst pre-order I've ever seen, besides Batman Arkham Knight or whatever, is actually recently with Call of Duty. If you pre-ordered the new Call of Duty Infinite Warfare on PS4, you, like last week, you got early access to the Modern Warfare 4 beta. If you pre-ordered the game within a certain time frame on PS4.
That was it.
That was it.
That's bullshit.
So you need to be a PS4 owner. You need to pre-order the game between a certain time, and you need to pay like a certain amount of money. How dumb is that?
I get it if, like, say Xenoverse 2, there's a pre-order that you can get like this big Goku statue. I mean, that's all right. You get like this thing. Assassin's Creed did it a lot as well. You can get these statue things or whatever. But when you can get sort of unlockable things in the game, maybe some new, I don't know, just whatever. Like, it's just, who cares, you know?
Dragon Ball Z did a good pre-order as well with their very forgettable, no one talks about 3DS game that came out this year.
Metroid?
No. It was just like a fighting game on 3DS. Wow, I can't even think of its name.
Oh, yeah. Extreme Budokan?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Man, we should buy that.
It's like a 2D fighting thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how much that sold. Anyway, if you pre-ordered, you got an instant download from the eShop of like an old GBA Dragon Ball Z game. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the only way you can download that game.
Mm.
Otherwise, no one can get it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, when they do sort of things like that, when there's no other way of getting it other than pre-ordering, like sometimes they do say this is the only way you can get it, but then maybe a few months down the track they release it sort of as DLC, so you can get it anyway. But exclusive stuff that there's no other way of getting is alright, but it just depends what it is.
What games have you pre-ordered?
I pre-ordered Xenoverse 1.
Oh, okay.
And I got that just because I was so excited for a new Dragon Ball Z game. I pre-ordered... Shit, I haven't pre-ordered much.
Do you also see it as a way of you have the money now, I'm not going to have this money when the game is released? May as well just get the money out now?
That's another thing as well, because at the time when I was pre-ordering Xenoverse, I didn't have much money. And I think I pre-ordered it maybe 3 months out. So when I got the game, it was like picking it up for free, you know, because I'd paid for it so long ago. It's like, yeah, I'll just get the game now. That was the big thing with Xbox One as well. I pre-ordered that quite a few months back. And yeah, then I just could pick it up for free. On the night though, when I picked it up, I did buy 2 games. So it was still $200 down. But
I understand. Look, I'm so anti pre-orders now. I understand pre-ordering, especially in here in Australia. This is the whole Paper Mario rant I was having before. If you know that there is going to be limited stock of that game in that retail store, so I pre-ordered Pokken Tournament because I knew that EB Games wasn't going to have any copies, and luckily when I picked it up, there weren't any on the shelf. I pre-ordered Twilight Princess, which was a dumb mistake because I still see like 5 of those sitting on the shelf every week. I pre-ordered because it came with an amiibo. I'm like, well, it's an amiibo. It's going to sell out really quickly. No. So
it's everywhere.
Yeah. So I just don't pre-order anything anymore. It's dumb.
Yeah, I mean, there are games that I know I'm going to get. Like, I know I'm going to get Pokemon Sun. And it's really tempting to pre-order because you do get some of these bonus things. I think you get a map or something and then there's steel case or whatever. You do get some extra things. But then again, it's like, I don't know, just it's going to be there on the day.
Yeah. Yeah. When, again, EB Games, when you go into EB Games, you're buying a game or like even if buying something Pokemon related, like, oh, do you want to pre-order Pokemon Sun and Moon? And you're standing there with your card like, I have the power to do it right now.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't.
Let's not get angry at those guys for that. They have to ask that.
Sure. But they shouldn't.
Should we just title this episode "Fuck You eBay" or something? Or... Jake.
What's it, like a month now to Pokemon Sun and Moon?
Yeah, a month away.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Jake. So, before we were talking about me always trying to relive my past, I need some advice.
Okay.
All right. Ezio Trilogy is coming out. Skyrim Remasters is coming out. These are big games that I could spend hundreds of hours on. Should I get these 2 games and play them as I'm planning to, or should I focus on games that I haven't played on the Xbox One? Because it's either one or the other. Like, there's no way if I get Skyrim and Ezio Collection, there's no way I'm going to have time to play, all the games, Dying Light and Just Cause 3. There's no way I'm going to get to them.
I suggest if you were one or the other, Skyrim, because it looks like they're trying something different and new with it. Like you were saying with the Ezio Collection, it just looks like they're just gonna pump out whatever the PlayStation 3 is.
Just upscaling a bit, and then there you go.
It's just a big money grab.
Yeah.
So at least to the Skyrim, I know again that's another money grab, and they're gonna kill off that. But yeah, it's a funny thing. Like you were saying before, like, should we be not necessarily wasting our time with remasters and re-releases, but because there's so much new stuff coming out. But they're so much fun. I
know. It's like I have such fond memories of Skyrim. I put 100 hours into that game, and back in that time, I had nothing on. Like I worked like 12 hours a week and I went to uni for a bit, but like I just sat in my room all day, every day, just playing Skyrim. And I had so much time to just put on these games and just play these games every day, all day. And I knew back then that was going to be the time that I look back on and go, those were the good days. And I never took them for granted. And today I'm sitting here going, those were the good days.
Look at you. You're so old.
I know, but I'm just saying I'm never going to have that time again. But I think that's why I'm trying to relive all those moments as well with those same games. You know, but I don't think that I'm ever going to enjoy those types of games as much as I did back then, just because I don't have the amount of time that I can put into it. So that's why
Fair
it's
enough.
different now. So,
But you were saying you have 6 weeks holiday?
6 weeks off, yeah.
I say, I know you're keen on these 4 new-ish games on Xbox. You're a big Skyrim fan.
Yes.
I say 6 weeks, or at least a half. No, you can do 6 weeks. I say Scott Wilson, 6 weeks of Skyrim.
It's good as well because I've never played the expansions.
Yeah, well,
The
you're
DLC
actually
add-ons.
not missing much. But I just spat on you again.
Come on, Jake, keep it together.
I'm the host. I can get passionate.
Skyrim actually has a really cool DLC. It's called the Lore Pack, and it comes with this massive book of lore, Lore, lore.
Oh, really? I didn't know what you were talking about there.
You could have thought LAW lore,
Okay.
and it's one of 3 books. So there's 2 more coming out as well. The books individually are $60 each.
Wait, where? And you're getting it with the...
You can pre-order it with the game. The game is, I think, $70, and then with the book it's $100. So the book is $30 if you pre-order.
$70 for a re-release?
Yeah, they're not really bringing it down much. But my point is, the book is $60, so you're sort of getting $30 off the book. I'm a massive Skyrim fan. Should I get this lore book?
And we're talking about pre-ordering here, aren't we?
We are. You have to. I think you have to pre-order this to get the book.
I don't know. How often would you read this book or even look at it?
I don't know. I don't know what's in it. But I mean, it's like a $60 good hard copy book. Like
It's not a walkthrough kind of thing.
it's not a walkthrough. It's just sort of information about Skyrim, about their world and everything. It's just a book of information. I think it's, you know how you find books in the game and it's like a massive book, and you learn sort of skills or whatever. I think it's supposed to be one of those,
Okay.
but it's actually just full on information about, the world of Skyrim and Elder Scrolls.
I don't know. If it were me, that sounds really dry, really boring. I'd say no. Because look, I bought the big Zelda Twilight Princess walkthrough / collector's book.
Yeah.
What do you call it? I just used that part of the book for the walkthrough when I wanted to 100% the game.
So you've never sort of before bed or something, just had to look through it for 10 minutes.
No. I just used the book for its core information.
Answer me this. Do you ever just sit back in your room or something and is the book on your shelf?
It's on a shelf.
Do you just look at it and just get happy? Because it's like, yeah, it's there.
No, I don't have time for that, Scott.
What are you trying to say? I do. What, you don't have time to sit on your bed and just look?
No. I'm doing work.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't know. Interesting question here, Scott.
Well, I just think 3DS games, they're never going to get cheap. So no matter if you buy them day one or wait a year, it's going to be the same thing. With Xbox One games, I've waited, 1 year or 2 years for those games I just mentioned at the start of the show. And now is a really good time to get into them because they're like $30. You don't have to spend $100 on them. The thing about that is now that the sort of the hype is not there. When you first get a game on day one and the hype is there, you're playing a game and it's new. But that sort of gets taken away, but you're still playing the same game. Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront is now on Xbox for $30. You can download it for $30 now. And, I think it was like maybe a year ago when I saw you playing it, and I was like, man, I really want this game because it looks awesome. And I think I had a turn of it, and it was really awesome. But now the hype's just completely gone for Battlefront.
Plus, you got to be careful. You're not sure how many people play that game anymore.
Yeah, that's true. But it is $30 now, rather than it being what 80 back then. So,
man, that was such a good game.
yeah, it is really good. So
I'd say no. Well, I know you're just using this kind of example. Don't buy Battlefront because they've already confirmed Battlefront 2
yeah.
like next year or something. So,
But I mean, just in conclusion, Jake, what do you think? Like, am I doing the right thing by waiting to play Dying Light, Far Cry Primal, Just Cause 3, waiting like a year or two to play these games so I can get them cheaper?
yeah, because that's what I always wait for stuff for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking at it as when a game comes out, I know I'm going to think, still 2 years away for me.
I've felt that way for Metal Gear Solid 5.
Oh yeah, that's another one as well.
That still sits around $50, but they've just put out a definitive version with DLC and Ground Zeroes and this multiplayer thing in there.
Yeah.
So that's going to be another full price game again. So I think I need to wait another 2 years.
And it's hard as well because when they do sort of release a Game of the Year edition or something, it's really hard just to find the original.
True.
And you can't get it cheap anymore. You just sort of have to buy the collection pack, and it's always just going to be expensive.
Yeah.
That really doesn't go down much, unless you wait pretty much until Xbox One is almost over. You know.
Speaking of games that I've always wanted, and I'm going to talk about 3DS here. There are 3 games that I can just think of at the top of my head. Paper Mario Sticker Star.
That's cheap.
That's cheap because it's one of those like collection
Select. Yeah.
select. That's what you call it. Even though people pan on it, I'm in a Paper Mario mood now. I just want to experience it for myself. I don't care what people say about it.
Even if it is shit, just close your eyes and you can listen to the music.
I've heard the music's not that great in that one.
I've heard that
Again, this is dumb
That's
reviewers.
just people.
Oh,
Jake.
the music in Color Splash, fantastic.
Knew it.
Awesome.
I did listen to a few tracks, and I actually used one of the tracks for our podcast last week. So
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, like I put the game on. I put the game on a bit early because I had the mentality. Oh, I need to install this game. Nope, it's a Nintendo game. You just put it on and play it.
Yeah.
So I put it on a bit early accidentally, and then the menu music was playing for about half an hour. I was having dinner.
Is it
or
the
something.
guitar one?
It's like a violin.
Yeah.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I listened to that.
That's what your farts sound like.
I listened to that. Yeah, about half an hour, and I didn't get tired of that music. That is testament to amazing music and games.
Wait, so you do have time to just sit there and look?
I was having dinner.
Oh, right.
I was watching something else, but that was in the back.
So you were watching something and listening to something.
Yeah. That's how multitasked I am.
Continue.
So
Sticker Star.
Sticker
and
Star.
What's the other two?
Mario Bros. Paper Jam or whatever it is. Really?
I've just heard bad things.
Hey, I don't care. I want to play it for myself.
Just because you're in a Paper Mario mood, you want to get all these Paper Mario stuff.
No, I've always wanted it, and these are big games, RPG stylish games, and they take up a lot of time. And they just come out at bad times. I'll get them though. Last one, I've always wanted this. Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer.
I've got it.
I know, I see it on your shelf right there.
It's good. I've put about 8 hours into that. That's really a game where you can just sit there and have something else on in the background. And that's a game, maybe not for you because you've always talked about how you're not very creative. That's a very creative game. You've got to sort of think how you're going to plan your houses differently and make them look different.
No, that one looks okay because you're in a very limited space and you have a very...
At the beginning, you do get bigger spaces throughout the game.
Sure, but you're still confined to a space.
Yeah.
I'm talking about I'm not creative with Minecraft, an infinite space.
Or Mario Maker.
Mario Maker, a pretty huge amount of space.
Yeah. Unlimited, really, isn't it?
No.
Can you make your course?
No, you hit walls eventually, but it's it's pretty big, and then you make pipes to underworlds and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I might be okay with that because I have the tools set right in front of me. I have the space right there. I think I might be okay. I don't know. I've always just wanted to try it. So I'm in the space again where all these new games come out. I just bought a whole bunch of new games. I still haven't even touched my what do you call it? Sessions Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah,
Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Still need to put that in. I still haven't really touched Metroid Prime Federation Force. And I'm about halfway through Bioshock 2.
That's a lot on your plate. I got a lot on mine as well. So.
And all the Phoenix Wright games.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's stressful just talking about it.
I know. Again, I'm going to say it again. Please, just for a year, stop making games. Stop releasing games.
I was having this discussion, probably should wrap up soon. Having this discussion with a friend about No Man's Sky. I really want to play No Man's Sky.
But you can't?
I can't. Do you think that's forever going to be a PS4 exclusive?
Yes.
Really?
And it's really annoying as well because more and more PS4 are getting some awesome exclusives. And there are so many times where I'm thinking maybe I made a mistake. Like, I want to play Uncharted 4. I want to play Until Dawn. I want to play... there was a few more that I was thinking of as well. There's just so many good ones on the PS4. The only thing that's saying that's telling me that I did make the right choice is that I can play Halo 2. That's it.
How often do you go back to that though?
Well, I said before, Halo Master Chief, the original Halo Combat Evolved is going to be one of my annual games. I'm going to, play that game every year.
And you can just play that. You can play that blindfolded at this point.
Yeah. The only actual level on that I beat Legendary by myself is the first one.
Yeah?
I beat it Legendary by myself. It took like 5 hours, but...
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that day.
And we've played most of the game on Legendary co-op. But
we're about just past halfway. Ugh. Again, another stressful thing just to think about.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's the end of the show. A nice, neat, an hour show. Thanks for listening. This has been the 411, folks. Episode number 30. I don't know. We'll see you next week, I think.
You did well, Jake.
Hey,
Your
thanks.
first time as host. Episode 30. Maybe it's, a new changing of... What's it called? Changing of...
Of the guard?
Yeah, changing of guard. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I miss just hosting things.
Well, Jake, I try to give you segments to host.
Oh, my water cooler thingy?
Yeah. We really need to stick to a schedule, don't we?
Wow.
We need to bring back our segments.
Yeah. Oh, what? No, what's the thing we do every week? The
Not shuffle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. You got it right there. Just do it.
Oh, do we have time?
Come on, quickly. It's our thing.
Okay. It's our thing. We have a thing.
It's what we're known for.
Not shuffle.
Hey, I'm the host.
Okay. You explain.
Not Shuffle is a segment we forget to do every week.
We've been doing it since episode 1.
Well, we were about to miss it right here. I don't know. It's a thing we do every week where we've listed a bunch of games that we've played in our childhood, and then we get a number generator. We pick the number, and it tells us a game.
Jesus Christ, this is not a good explanation.
Let's just talk about a game.
Okay.
Number 12.
So this is a game from our childhood that we just bring up. All right. Number 12 is Lilac Wars, otherwise known as Star Fox 64.
or aka Star Fox Zero.
Or aka Star Fox 64. No, Star Fox 3D. What's it called on 3DS?
Star Fox 64 3D.
Jesus Christ. So yeah, not a lot of nostalgia for this game just because it's on the 3DS. Just like Ocarina of Time. It's on 3DS now that I don't have as much nostalgia for it.
Really? You still don't, even when you boot it up in those first few moments, the music?
I don't know. Just a lot of these other games on the list that I'm looking at, I have a lot of nostalgia for just because I haven't seen it in so long. Like Pokemon Stadium, that kind of thing. But yeah, still Lilac Wars. When I bought it on the 3DS, I think it was last year, and I put it on, man, I forgot how short the game was.
Yeah.
You can beat it in like an hour or a bit, you know?
Well, I'd say 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Depending on how good you are.
Yeah, it's just like... And that was sort of like a full price game kind of thing back in the day, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And it's so replayable. It's really difficult because it was just by default inverted controllers. That was difficult to get used to back in the day, and it still is in Star Fox Zero, inverted controls.
You can change it.
Yeah, but by default, usually the other games are not inverted.
Yeah.
So it's a really sort of weird control game. The characters are really cool. There was only one level where you got to fight the other 4 evil character kind of things.
No, there is 2.
Oh, there's 2 levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're thinking of
One memorable one though that everybody had to play, I guess.
the snow, the one in the snow.
The snow one. Yeah.
We're talking about what are they called? Star Wolf.
Star Wolf. Yeah.
Awesome level.
I always thought that those characters should have been more involved in the game.
Like just more frequent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there were such good characters that it was just weird for me that, I mean, when I played it, I only remember playing them once in that level, so it was just weird. Level was actually really annoying though, trying to get around and aim at them, and you had a time limit. I fucking hate time limits as well.
It only came a time limit when you were taking too long, really.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Can you name off the characters of Star Wolf?
No, I didn't even know Star Wolf.
Oh, well, I can.
Well,
wait, no, I can't think of the fourth one. There's Wolf,
Yeah.
Pigma, Leon.
What are you flicking for?
To
That's really annoying.
okay. I can't think of the last one.
I can't even name Star Fox's team. Star Fox, Falco, Slippy,
The rabbit. Come on,
Pepper?
Peppy.
Peppy!
Pepper is his dad or some shit.
Well, at least I knew his dad. Wait, so the lore in Star Fox is Star Fox and Peppy's dad used to fly together?
Star Fox's dad.
Star Fox's dad and
Fox McCloud.
yeah, Fox McCloud.
The Fox McCloud is Star Fox.
Yeah.
His dad was named something. I
Fox
forget.
McCloud Senior. Anyway, they used Peppy and someone in the team.
Oh no, you're right. Sorry,
Peppy used to
and-
fly with Star Fox's dad.
Yes, and a team member from Star Wolf used to fly with them too, but turned. And
Okay.
I think
So that was sort of the original team. Is there a game where it's like a prequel with the original team? Star
No.
Fox's dad,
That'd
Peppy, and one of Star Wolf's team?
that'd be cool.
Is Star Wolf was a part of that original team?
I don't think so.
There's a great idea for Nintendo.
Man, that sounds cool.
Yeah. I
Origin
like it.
story.
An origin story. Maybe Banjo-Kazooie could be the other pilot.
What?
Just throwing out ideas here. We're on a roll. Come on. This is what Nintendo does, man. They just put ideas on the table.
You're the ideas man.
Yeah, I know. I am.
You should be on the marketing team. No, it's just funny what you said about the nostalgia thing. I still boot this game up. Even I get moments of it when I play Star Fox Zero because it's essentially the same game.
Yeah.
I still get moments, particularly in that first level. I still get moments of it takes me way back playing it for the 64 days. Even when you said about Ocarina of Time, still get nostalgic when you walk through Hyrule Field with that music going.
You see, with Ocarina of Time, I only get nostalgic with the first bit of the game because that's all I played. I could never get past it.
You still haven't.
No, I haven't. But yeah, Lilac Wars was every level ended with a big boss fight.
Yeah.
It was always sort of, and it always changed the way the game plays as well. So with the level, it was always sort of you're flying forward, you can't control sort of.
You're just on
where
rails.
you're just sort of on rails. When you get to the boss fight, it's sort of like free motion kind of thing.
What do they call it? All range mode?
Or range mode, yeah. And there were some levels where you just sort of, stayed stationary, but you could sort of control left or right. Some levels where you could just sort of, all range mode where you're flying anywhere, but if you hit a wall, you sort of do a flip and turn around.
Yeah.
And then they haven't sort of improved on that in Star Fox Zero. I mean, the sort of the worlds that you can fly around in are still pretty small. It's still pretty. Everything about that game is so just like it was. The only bits new that they added in were kind of what they had in the cancelled sequel to Star Fox 64.
Oh, the chicken walker. And
Yeah.
all that. I mean, I'm one of the minority. I love Star Fox Zero.
Yeah.
Again, it's probably just a nostalgia thing, but the formula of Star Fox, where you're on rails, and You have to beat a score. You have to beat your time. There are collectibles in the level. There are branching paths in the levels. If you do certain things, you get a different thing in the world map. I don't know. That's so fun to me. And the boss battles and the battles against Star Wolf are just awesome. I don't know.
Why was our version called Lilac Wars?
There is a reason, but I'm not sure why.
Sometimes our versions of things just get changed. Like, what if our Super Mario 64 wasn't called Super Mario 64? What if it was called Peach's Castle?
Ugh.
Or just, anything like that. It's just weird to think, anything could have just been changed like that. Weird to think about. What was your favourite level from Lilac Wars?
Favorite level? Probably the second one, the asteroid field.
Yeah, that's pretty good, that one.
Or
I like the one when you're in the tank on the desert ground.
that's a pretty good one. I think asteroid field's pretty my favorite.
Or you can't beat the original course as well.
Cortana.
Yeah.
Corneria.
Corneria. Oh, I was actually thinking Cortana, but I didn't say it. It's weird that we both thought that.
Say Cortana. That's
Yeah.
really embarrassing. Yeah, first one's really, really cool.
Anyway, the longer we talk, the more music I'm going to have to find and edit, so maybe we should wrap it up.
Hey, I say when it's time to wrap up. Alright, it's time to wrap up. Alright, that was episode 30. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week. Scott, it's a pleasure.
Any last words?
No, I don't like putting people on the spot like that. I think it's rude.
I don't mind being put on the spot. That's the difference between you and me. I can improvise.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Scott, any last words?
Balls.
Oh.